Hey, hi Divyansh. Thanks for taking time out. How are you?
Hey, hi Prashik. So I'm good, really good. How are you doing?
All good, man. So I think we were talking about this cohort which has just completed. It has been a
Yeah,
45 days journey for everyone in the cohort,
correct.
and I believe you all have learned something. So just around that,
Yeah,
wanted to understand how the entire cohort went through, and if you could just share your experiences. So we can start out with
sure.
a little introduction about yourself, a little brief, what you do, what's your
Okay.
story.
Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Divyansh and I'm currently working as a DevOps engineer in Zupee. I'm having 2+ years of experience in the technical domain. And right now I'm looking for a transition into a product management role. Yeah.
Great, great. So like you are a developer, and then you want to make a transition, and so is that the
Yeah.
only reason that you wanted to join, or was it also about you know learning things? Like because a lot of people want to make a transition, but they think that
Yeah.
just joining a cohort will help them. But I think it's the major
Yeah.
aspect
Yeah.
about is to also learn properly. So what was your
Sure.
motive behind joining Prodomaniacs?
Okay, so one of the reason was since I am from technical background, so I am doing good here as well. But I just wanted to explore a product management role since I'm working in startups from last 1 year. So I just wish to transition into a PM role. And before that, I wish to try my hands that whether I am good enough to be a product manager or not. So I scrolled out the content and everything. I look out for many courses in the market, and I came across that since even one do not want to transition into product management, one wants to be an entrepreneur or just go through the process, so one can go for the cohort. So my motive was basically to learn the things first before jumping into the role directly.
Great, great. But I think like in our cohort, right, from someone who is interning and straight out of college, and someone who has 12 to 14 years of
Yeah,
experience coming in from different domains,
yeah,
someone who was a designer,
yeah,
someone who is an analyst, someone who is into again DevOps. We had a varied
yeah.
people, not just from India, also
Correct,
from South Africa and
correct,
Canada.
correct.
So I was not expecting, but that happened. To that, I just wanted to
Yeah,
understand, like when you joined the cohort with some little expectations,
yeah,
that you will get.
yeah.
Uh, what was your journey in those 45 days? Any special highlights which you want to mention around the content, the quality of the content, or the quantity of the content, the conduct which we had,
Okay.
throughout the cohort,
Mm,
and the interactions you had with me and with the fellow cohort members. Anything which you want to highlight,
correct.
which will help the other viewers to understand what goes into the cohort.
Yeah, so if I go to list down all the things there, the list is huge. So keeping it short, I would say that the journey was quite good. The learning experience, the peer networks, every one in the cohort. So I would say that the learning experience was very good. So see, what happens is when you think of transitioning into another role, you like really have to start from very scratch. So Prashik, you were the main foundation of the cohort. So you make me make sit us all in the same boat, and you made us realize that okay, whether you are 12 years of experience, whether you are intern, whether you are from technical or non-technical background, product management is a thing which you need to start from very scratch. It's a whole another journey. So I mean, there were like few things which I really liked about the cohort. The way you keep on pushing us. The content of the cohort, basically the peers which joined along with me. So yeah, I mean, there are many things which derives me to stay motivated for the whole 45 days.
Great.
So one thing which I really very liked was the build your own product concept, which you introduced in your cohort, and I like literally had searched around many cohorts around in the market, but I didn't get that build your own product thing in any other cohort. So that was really a very great experience. Building your own product, writing down the things, and thinking like a product manager for the next 45 days. Even you don't have any background, learning into the cohort and same day implementing those things was really a great experience. it was a quite hectic along with job, but yeah, it was really a great experience.
Great, great. So I think the
Yeah.
speciality of it is a lot of people think that they want to build a portfolio, they want to do a lot of case studies and
Mm-hmm.
product tear down. But I think that is being just injected into the the social environment wherever
Correct.
we are. But that does not how really work, right? Having just case studies,
Correct.
you can just go and copy paste someone else's and show that it was
Correct.
yours. But point is that
Correct.
what you learn out of that product teardown is important. That is not a bad way to do it, but what I believe is if you
Yeah.
start building your own product, at least
Yeah.
not completely, not technically, but at least if you go through the entire process of product management and the development, I think that helps in the entire learning, right? At least you'll
Correct. Correct.
gain some insights,
Absolutely.
right?
You start thinking like a product manager. You literally pick up a very small problem and
Yeah,
start solutionizing around it.
yeah.
So that was a really great experience. Yeah.
Yeah, and also talking about the content quality and the quantity, it really differs to every cohort. And going down the
Yeah.
line, I also get to learn a lot about new aspects of it when I'm researching about a particular
Yeah.
topic, or trying to explain or answer to any other questions. I also explore
Yeah.
myself that okay, this is how we should think. So for me
Correct.
also has been a great learning throughout the journey, those
Yeah.
45
Yeah.
days. But yeah,
Absolutely.
so just coming down to, if I have to tell you or ask you that any three highlights, the major highlights out of this, because of which someone should actually look for Prodomaniacs cohort. What are those three highlights of your 45 days journey?
Okay, so if highlights, I would say the very short span of the cohort, like it's just 45 days, and you'll get plenty of things to learn. So that key highlight, I would say that in just 45 days, and Project, since you are giving like literally one-to-one attention to all of the people who are in cohort. So I would combine this 45 days in one-to-one because I have a huge list, but you asked me to just put it down to three steps. So these two things which I have made up in one, and the next was build your own product, which actually makes you think like a product management manager. And the third thing was like I would say the quality and the content which you have provided. I mean, the way you have summarized all the content, present in the market. So you have just, put it the summary of everything, and you have redirected to the like various every other sources. Basically, your exclusive like platform, which was like Protomaniacs dot, your like elements, your exclusive elements, which gives us the facility to go through the content, whatever and whenever we have time. So yeah, these three four things are like, I would say, these were the like really very exclusive.
Yeah, I think so. Also,
Yeah.
it comes down to a lot of people have asked me about the cost. Like, of course, that was my first what do you say, promotional
Yeah.
cost for the
Yeah.
cohort. At like, no one was thinking that like, how can someone
Yeah.
offer a particular course for the, let's say,
Mm,
45
correct.
days and teach so much
Correct.
at this particular cost,
Mm,
because looking at the market, it starts somewhere around 35 40,000 and goes up to 2 lakh.
correct. Correct.
And what I believe is there
Correct.
also you are going to spend, let's say, 7 8 weeks or maybe 12 weeks, but it should not take that much amount of time, right? Irrespective of if you are
Correct.
doing a job, if you're still doing a full-time XYZ, doesn't matter. Point is the quality. See, any which ways they are going to teach you for 2 hours 3 hours over the weekend, right?
Correct.
They
Correct.
are
Correct.
not going to teach
Correct.
you anything out of the world. It is all there already on the online,
Correct.
on the free forum. It
Yeah.
is just to combine things and summarize things, and they just put it in front of you in a
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
structured way. And my only point is, why do you have
Correct.
to pay so much for the same, right? You can
Correct.
pay
Correct.
them so much only if you value their time and if you feel that they are going to bring in some value, because they are going to spend that time with
Absolutely.
you. But there are cohorts which
Absolutely.
takes, let's say, 60 to
Yeah.
100 or 120 people in single cohort, and I
Yeah.
don't believe paying that attention
Yeah.
actually happens.
Yeah.
So that's what I feel
Correct.
also
Absolutely.
are the pros of
Yeah.
Prodomaniacs, right?
Correct.
uh,
Correct.
but yeah, so if I have to ask, like, how do you rate Prodomaniacs in terms of the quantity and the quality of the content, and in general overall feedback, like what is your rating?
So I'm not great enough to know rate Proto Maniacs, but yeah, if you still ask, I would rate 4.5 out of 5.
Great.
Like the exclusivity and the content and the attention, like one-to-one attention, the way keep pushing people, so you won't getting anywhere. Like even if you have rupees, you will face that the like instructors are really concerned about you, but that thing is not with Proto Maniacs and with you, Prashik. So yeah, 4.5 is like really good.
Great, great, great. So, like, I have been doing
Yeah,
this, like, I've been asking every one of you about, a constant feedback wherein I can improve my own product, which is
yeah,
Prodomaniacs. So, I
correct, correct,
think that I have been
absolutely.
implementing for myself also, and that has also helped me, improve down the line. Right from,
Yeah,
day one, everyone knows, how it went, and, the day 45, if you look at, it
yeah,
has been a complete
yeah.
different transition because it was a cohort one.
Correct, correct,
But
correct,
for upcoming cohorts,
correct.
it is going to be really crazy. It is much more like it is going to be much more detailed. A lot of new content which I am
Correct.
preparing on. A lot of people also
Great.
think that what do you say, like they want to just they want to pay the money, then they are expecting that they are
Yeah.
going to get a job. It is a tough
No,
time.
no, no. This won't happen anywhere. Yeah.
It doesn't happen,
Yeah.
right? So there is a not, it's like, so
Yeah.
Prodominex is a no job guarantee program, but if you are able to complete the entire cohort, have an, let's say, 85-90% of your attendance, you complete the
Yeah.
build your own product, I can help you at least with something onto the job. But there is no guarantee to it, and because it takes time, and
Absolutely.
there is a lot of
Absolutely.
subjectivity. Someone is
Correct.
making a transition is not always that easy. But what I say is, if you learn
Correct.
for a particular period of time, and if you know about the things where you want to get in, at least that helps you in your decision making. That's what I feel.
Sure.
That's the only
Definitely.
reason you should do the
Definitely.
cohort, and not thinking about the entire transition from
Definitely.
day one, because you'll feel disappointed, because it takes time. So
Correct. Correct.
I
Correct.
hope that
Absolutely.
in the journey coming forward, you also make your own transition. We have already
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
success
I
stories.
mean, I'm like very very hopeful. So to make a transition very early.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. So I'm looking for a great transition again. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we already have good success stories wherein I have been doing cracking the PM
Yeah.
interview cohorts, which are little cohorts over the weekend for 3 to 6 hours. I should teach, and I should tell how
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
crack the
Yeah.
PM interviews. And again, it is very subjective. There is no guarantee that you will crack, but at least you will have an approach. You will feel
What do you say?
confident about how to really solve questions. But
But
yeah, pretty much. I think that has been a great talk with you. Thank you for your lovely words about Prodomaniacs. And yeah, any last words for me? Like we have just completed the cohort.
okay. So the last words and the first words were the same. Like you are the most honest person, and the way you assess the people, and the way it's not about like teaching and everything. The kind of person you are, it's very amazing. I mean, the honesty you have in your sense of doing everything. I would say, whether it's your job, whether it's your cohort, whether these are your students. Keep on asking. Okay, what are you going through? What are you facing? Any problems are you facing? So these are the things which make you different from like really know, from every other people. These are the things which make you different. So yeah, I mean, thanks a lot, Prashik, for guiding and mentoring me. I mean, for the next 45 days. No, sorry, the previous 45 days.
Yeah.
And since you have told that okay, you will be with us like till the point we get transition. So yeah, I mean, thanks, really thanks for the putting so much effort.
Thank you, yeah, thank you for believing in me. Considering this has been my first cohort, but yeah,
Yeah,
like it was like meeting out 15 people from across world. I can't just
yeah,
say
yeah, yeah.
India, across world, different countries also. It has been a great journey for me as well. And the only thing which I mention people is, uh, all you need is one mentor for life. And if product
Correct, correct,
management
correct.
is the key goal for you,
Exactly.
it can be anyone,
Yeah,
but you need to have that one mentor wherein
yeah,
you can trust that particular
yeah.
person in anything and in
Agree,
whatever
agree.
ways, right?
Yeah,
So yeah,
totally agree.
uh, thank you for the lovely words, and hope to see you around. And thank you for joining in.
Sure, Prashik. Thanks.